More than often, we exaggerate things or people beyond what or who they are. And in here is where one of the problems of historical accuracy lies. More than often, we take the word of others rather than we do the research ourselves. This is a problem that we humans have that is hard to overcome. Someone like, allow us to say, Richard Dawkins, would not want us to take his word on his word alone. Though subconsciously we would want, or would have at one time wanted others to take our word on our word alone. Christianity and Islam do enough of that as it is. It was Christopher Hitchens who said that the essence of the independent mind lies not in what it thinks, but in how it thinks. One needs to master how they think before they start talking about what they think, what they are thinking. Critical thinking is a skill that is not an option, but rather it is a requirement of life. It was Jesus in the Gospel, according to St. Thomas, who said that those who seek should not stop seeking until they find. When they find, they will be disturbed. When they are disturbed, they will marvel and will reign over all. And after that, after they have reigned, they will rest. People don't want to challenge the status quo because they don't want to consider that they are wrong, or they have persecution, disenfranchisement, hell, torture, or even death hung over their heads. Fear is the elite's weapon against you. Should you refuse to fall victim to their fear tactics, they become helpless. The people are the authors of their own destiny, and government, religion, or even God, and even God, are not the authors of their destinies. Just imagine what would happen if the masses woke up from their trance and began to understand just how horribly they have been deceived. Not just Christians, as well as Muslims, have this problem, but also humanity as a whole. I do agree with Alan Alda when he said that self-censorship is the worst kind of censorship. Language ought to be demystified. I don't think that gutter language ought to have the power over us that it does. It is a thoughtless, crude way of either expressing anger or an attitude towards something. And you ought to so demystify it so that it does not have that power anymore. And people will have to start using real words to express themselves. And they will have to start expressing themselves in the way they actually feel about you or themselves. I do, however, feel that people need to start, or not need to start, need to learn language etiquette. That is to say, that they need to learn how to, when it is appropriate to, and where to use language. Governments and social media networks should fuck off. Quit policing free speech. Quit policing people. Quit the fascism. Because this crap is getting old. I'm sick and tired of every time someone like Alex Jones says something, someone gets so fucking pissed off that they gotta censor Alex Jones, gotta censor Styx Hexenhammer 666, gotta censor Sargon of Akkad, gotta censor all these different people because I don't like what he's saying. I'm a fucking sheep. I think I'm a shepherd. You know, people, I'm going to end this with a quote from the Kybalion, if I can find it. If I can find that quote. It's in here. And it's in here. And this is the quote. The strong men and women of the world invariably manifest the masculine principle of will, and their strength depends materially upon the fact instead of living upon the impressions made upon their minds by others. They dominate their own minds by their will, obtaining the kind of mental images desired, and moreover, dominate the minds of others likewise. In the same manner, look at the strong people, how they manage to implant their seed thoughts in the minds of the masses of the people, thus causing the latter to think thoughts in accordance with the desires and wills of the strong individuals. This is why the masses of people are such sheep-like creatures, never originating an idea of their own, nor using their own powers of mental activity. And you know, quite seriously, that's something I think people need to listen to nowadays. I think we need to start learning to think on our own. Start reading things, start listening to people rather than just shutting them up. And if we're not willing to listen to those people, let's just not shut them up, period. Okay? Good, that's probably all I wanted to say.